Hey everybody, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to my show brought to you by hashtag I found beauty in my scars. Today I literally just wanted to share some word of encouragement, especially when it comes to those who want to crucify you or character assassinations. Because I've experienced death and near death has made me grow. So I want to talk about how many times I almost died. Like somebody tried to kill me, okay? They literally just wanted to finish me off because people are always trying to bury you alive so that they can kill your dreams. Because if you succeed and achieve fundamentally all your goals, they know that your family is going to be out of poverty because you are a generational poverty breaker. You are the chosen one. So they are trying so hard to kill your dreams by assassinating your mind and contaminating it with so much negativity. Yes. So the first time I was in hospital at Manguing in Limpopo. So as I was burned purposefully by a man and he killed 10 kids and then I survived. Obviously, I didn't know those kids died until I got out of hospital. That is a story for another day. So the first time where somebody tried to kill me, it was a nurse. So what happened was my eyes were swollen. Obviously, I just got burned. My skin is peeling off. I'm in pain. The pain is excruciating, and I'm literally just struggling and penetrating through pain. And this lady, I started crying. She approaches me in the morning and she wants to take off my clothes and the bandages that I had on. But she's not even making my bandages work. So she was just pulling them off and it was coming off with skin. Oh my goodness, Lord. People are so cruel. It was tormenting. And at that point, actually, I was young, I didn't understand death, but I wanted to die. I was like, I can't go through this pain until when? You know? So this lady pulls off my bandage. She's a nurse. And then I scream. I was in pain, guys. It was tormenting. It was painful. So this lady then decided, like she slapped me so hard. You know when you cry but the voice does not come out and you are running out of breath and you can't even see everybody clearly because your eyes are swollen. And I just laid there on the bed crying. Tears are coming out. My mouth is wide open, but there is no voice. Like I don't know why I couldn't execute my voice, or I just don't know, but I was running out of breath. It was so bad. And this nurse looked at me and she was like, you want me to kill you? Why are you making noise? And then some nurses, obviously God always plans when he takes you into an environment or in a place where you are the only one who looks different. It's because he wants people to learn and understand the language of healing, that without a wound there wouldn't be healing. So some nurses came in, they were like, what's going on? Because this nurse was literally screaming and I couldn't hear much of what she was screaming about because I'm trying to catch my breath. I'm trying to scream and actually be heard, but the voice was not coming out. I was just running out of breath. And then those nurses came and they calmed me down and they were like, what's going on? And then they asked that lady to leave the room so that they can help me. Guys, they literally had to inject me in order for me to sleep after they have changed my dressing. But when the lady said to me, do you want me to kill you? And I was like, excuse me, in my head, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm here to heal. This environment or ambience is governed to bring healing, you know. But instead, we are afraid to be in hospitals because it's either you come out dead or you come out with a situation deteriorating, obviously they always going to be somebody God sent to help you in your healing journey. So I was trapped between getting a new identity and having to accept my new identity and fighting for my identity, as well as being trapped between getting a new life and actually finding a new life or losing my life. But anyways, when you're in pain, God always has a plan. So I survived that one because some nurse came to rescue me. So in that process of being attacked by the devil and the enemy, because I became the worst enemy of the devil, because like, this child is not dying, we're trying to kill everybody and she's just surviving. Because I let myself go and allowed God to be in control. Because when I thought I was in control, I was allowing the devil to control me because I was trying to give up. So the second time that I almost died, and I always say near death has made me grow. So it's time for dressing. I get dressed every second day, right? So my bandages, they will literally be wet because there's a lot of water coming out. I'm being dehydrated, and if you're not in good care, you could even smell like fire. Smells horrible. So this nurse took me from my bed. I remember I couldn't move. I was not as mobile, and then she takes me to the bathroom, to the bathtub, because they open the bathtub and then pour something called betadine, like this dark spirited, salted, anything that's sour. Like, it's like there was vinegar, spirit, salt, everything in there. So they fill up this bathtub with so much water, and then I need to get in there with my bandages or without my bandages. Imagine if you could just cry because you put spirits on your little wound. Imagine me, my whole body, it's covered with bandages because the fire was traveling all over, like from my lower back downwards. Like I got burned so badly, but I still love myself. So this is the second part, right? And this lady pushes me. I couldn't walk. I couldn't stand independently. I always depended on somebody to help me. And my hands were badly burned, disfigured, and I was on bandages. I couldn't touch, I couldn't hold anything. So here I am trying to develop a strategic or system that actually allows me to help myself, but unfortunately the situation did not permit. So she comes, she wakes me up, and then she puts me on the wheelchair, pushes me, and nako teng ngwanyana a nya go ya bathroom because guys ka tseba gore go etsagalang. Yo guys, it was my worst days when it comes to dressing, especially if I'm with a nurse who is rude, a nurse who will want to pull off your bandages, and then when the bandages are being pulled off, like, they come off with the skin is peeling. That's why you need to make it wet first so that it comes off properly. Guys, I was agitated all the time. I felt like the devil was just trying to taste my patience and my faith. So we went to the bathroom. When we got there, this lady's like, get into the water, and I cry, like, can you just please make me, like, just let me breathe and digest the fact that I'm actually gonna get into this water that is so dark, and I know it's going to be painful, so give me a second. This lady was like, like, get into this water right now. I'm like, I started screaming, I started crying. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get in, but I need your help. This lady pusher, guys, like, this lady pushed me so hard into the water, into the bathtub. I don't know what it was, but it's something that was, I think it was the handles and on the bathtub. Sound ele. That sound, that zing. And I was like, dear God, did you really bring me into this place for just to allow me to go through trauma at the age of 13. And I was just like, you know what? God will never take you into an environment and make you survive just to watch your dreams die. You need to go through the storms. You have to survive, girl. You have to get out alive, because these people want to knock you down. So this lady, then she was just pushing me inside after, and then I was even bleeding when I hit my head. And then another thing, when I saw the blood, I would even cry more, like, oh God, I'm dying that time. And I was like, these people literally want to kill me. So that was the second time. And then I was in so much pain. Then she was pulling off the bandages, and literally she didn't have the patience to exercise her duties as a nurse. She was just rushing, pulling off. And when I hold her hands, for please don't pull it like that. One smack, she'll hit me. And I was so helpless and hopeless. Nobody could hear me to come and help. But God always has a plan when you're in pain. So I had to acknowledge that I'm in a moment or an ambience that is associated with a shift and a transition, and that transition is also accompanied by pain, trauma, hatred, and so much anger, agitation. And I was just there thinking, I'm not gonna come out alive. But then at the same time, I'm God's favorite child. So I need to remember that through pain, God is still there. God is still a God, a God that fulfills his promises, a God that said, even if the serpent actually bruises your heel, your offsprings, your seed, are going to crush the serpent's head. So I was that offspring. So the third time, I was supposed to go to theater. My first operation was a skin graft, and they had to do a donocide, right? So my lower back was not healing, and then they had to organize an emergency operation. So I have to go under GA, which is a general anesthetic or anesthesia. So they staff me obviously from 6 in the evening until the following morning. I don't eat anything because I'm going to be accompanied to go to theater, and I'm supposed to be on an empty stomach. I pray all the time. I was like, God, if it is not from you, if these doctors are not from you, please don't make it happen. So we go to theater. The girl is excited. Oh my God, I was told you're going to get this surgery and you will heal so beautifully. You will heal beautifully sore and your skin will come back to normal, like you won't have scars. We get to theater. They put me on the bed. It's my first time now also seeing my hands, how they're healing or whatever that was happening. They were so pink. And I'm in tears for why, what's happening with my hands. I feel like go theater. When they were about to put me to sleep, when they were about to put the general anesthetic, they obviously injected it through a drip, and they were putting me a mask, this smelly mask, guys, like nobody deserves to go through that. When they were about to put me that, the devil entered the room. And it was like there was an earthquake or something. Everything was shaking. And the room went dark, and all the machines switched off, guys. That moment, everybody was panicking what was going on. And there was no load shedding then, like there wasn't load shedding. And this was a planned operation. So the doctors had the theater prepared, and it was ready for me to be operated on, or for them to execute the operation successfully. So everything went off, guys. The moment that I was meant to go to sleep for them to start with the operation, everything went off. The theater room, The devil entered and God also entered and said, you know what, my child is ready to be at war. You're not going to crucify her or kill her under my watch, because she's got a purpose to fulfill. She's got healing connected to her. There are people who need to hear her testimony so that they can heal. So they were like, you know what, let's take her back to the ward. Now the theater room is cleared up. They're removing me, and when they actually pushed me out through the door, the lights came back on. But everything is already cancelled, because God's consultations are free. You just need to pray. So I went back to the ward. That's what happened. I'm naked. My family, I remember they came to see me, and then they all started crying, but I don't want to get into it because it was the first time they see me naked. Because when you go to theater, you have to be naked. But again, you don't go through situation and survive just for you to watch your dreams die. God always ensures that your life is well invested with the resources that He needs, and your mind is ready and not contaminated by the devil. So I survived that also. But something happened the same day. Or that day, it was supposed to be my last day on earth. But guess what happened? So this is the last part, right? The fourth attempt. So the same day, I think it was at night, I've been waiting for the nurses to come and dress me, because I've been naked since in the morning, as they were trying to get me my operation done, but unfortunately it didn't happen. So I realized that I was in a situation or in an environment where I'm the only one who looks different in a female surgical ward. And there were so many spirits that were trying to kill me alive. You know, they were trying to take away my dreams. They were trying to take away my mind. They were taking away everything that is keeping me alive, anything that is providing hope and faith, and anything that is feeding me and positivity. They needed to take it out, and to take it out, they have to start with my mind. They needed to start with contaminating my mind, and also taking away the strength that I had, right? So that day, I was waiting for them to come and dress me up, to bandage me up and everything, so that I can go to sleep. And I could not sleep without an injection. That's how painful and tormenting it was. I was being tortured by the devil, physically, emotionally, and spiritually sore. Because a lot of people are trying to bury us alive, because they know if they bury us alive, it's so hard to get out of that grave when you are alive, because you've given up. You've told yourself already that I will never make it. I failed matric. I will never make it. I had a baby at a young age. But that is not the case. You are still alive because there's a purpose connected to your name, your situation, your scars. Because your scars becomes your stars. So as I await there, I think God was just by my side. Guys, I don't know what happened. Right by my bed, it was winter. Yeah, it was in winter. I got went in July. So they put these water, I don't know if they called water heaters, right? The one you can cover with a blanket. So we assume this is a public hospital and a well-maintained hospital. It looked really good and clean, but something happened, something that apparently never happened in that hospital. It was the first time they see it, and they were shocked by the period of time how this event occurred, and all of them seemed to want to knock me down. So guys, I just came out of a fire, and then right now on my bed, this heater just burst out of nowhere, and there was fire everywhere. The fire is catching on my blankets, and then I fell off the bed because I could not independently get off the bed. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know this whole stop, drop, and roll. Even if I knew it then, I was naked with wounds that are extremely open and pink and in pain, and I was helpless. I couldn't help myself. So everybody in the ward was screaming, fire, fire. I fell, and I was, it's like I can see what was happening that day. Like I was crawling down and crawling, trying to stretch my hand to find help from someone or from somewhere, but God literally sent his angels, because God always assigns somebody in an environment where he knows you will end up, because you need to be represented by the angels of God and assisted by the angels of God who carry the resources from him. So somehow some nurses came, and I don't know how they saw me on the floor, because every other patient could run, were independent, so they all ran out, and I was there alone screaming. And at that moment also I was like, you know what, I think it's over. These nurses came out, they took me out, and they're like, you know what, there's going to be like in an ICU or a room where we can monitor her, because and security is needed, because we don't understand what's going on. And then this nurse, I told her, like, I love Winnie Mashaba so much, let's start singing Winnie Mashaba songs and pray. They took me into another room. They literally called, there was an emergency in the hospital, and I don't know what happened, but the fire did not escalate, so everything was fine, and nobody was hurt, except that I was bleeding so much, because the way I hit myself on the ground, yeah, it was very, very painful. So I still survived, because nobody has the power to stop you from accomplishing your dreams, and nobody has the power, no matter how many bullets they have or how many shovels they have when they're trying to dig your grave when you're alive. Nobody has the power to take away your life unless we permit them, especially when they want to do it spiritually and emotionally, because they know if they hit you emotionally, then it's over. That's why I always encourage people to be emotionally strong and spiritually saturated or powerful. We must always try to protect ourselves. So here I am, asking myself and questioning my worthy and my faith. I was just like, God, here I am. I don't know if I qualify to be alive or to even be here, because everything that I'm trying to do is being assassinated. But God, I believe that I am made by your image, or from your image and through your image, which means I don't even need a qualification in order for me to qualify to be your daughter, to be your princess, because I am made from Jesus's core. You are made from Jesus's core. Sometimes you don't even need that qualification for you to make it. Sometimes you don't even need to go through an interview to make it. Sometimes you don't even need to explain yourself in order to be who you are. You just have to accept who you are, accept your new identity, and ensure that no devil bothers you ever again. No devil tries to kill you ever again, because you are so powerful. You don't know the power that you have until you practice it on yourself by trying to kill what is in you. The spirit that is trying to kill you start entering within you, so that they can destroy your thoughts processing strategies. Once they destroy that, then it is so easy for them to eliminate who you are, so that you can live in a different dark place where you can even commit suicide. And then we thought she was happy, but they had already taken their real identity. People are fighting for our identity. They're trying to kill us so much. So guys, I was afraid of dying. I was afraid that people are going to kill me, but I had to realize that actually they can't kill me, because my faith is so alive. So I need you guys to please make sure that your faith is alive, and don't allow anybody to overthrow or even invite them to be permanent residency in your mind or in your life. They don't deserve that place. It is your territory. Protect it. Pray for it. So many people are connected to your situation. So many people deserve to heal because of your healing. Again, remember, their plans will never be executed, because God always has a plan, even through your pain. Thank you.